What did I witness yesterday? Tottenham Hotspur 2, Manchester City 2. Now, I would never thought that would happen at full time. It was the first half. I was going to put a video on here saying how bored that first half was, and I was nearly falling asleep. It was got to be one of the worst football matches I've seen from Spurs this season. Probably the worst. Think about it, and there has been some bad performances, bad games. That had to be the worst. There was just no atmosphere at the stadium. Flat. It was just the crowd. I mean, the crowd didn't seem up for it. But to be honest, the players have not been given the fans anything to cheer about all season. So the fans were really flat. The players were flat. There just was no energy in that stadium. Romero was walking around like he was at home, like in the park or something, playing football. And sometimes I think he slows the game down and doesn't really do the atmosphere any favours. But I'm not going to obviously criticise him because, he saved us a few times lately. But we were, in that first half, so bad. Man City didn't even have to get out first year. They were just, they didn't play particularly well, but they scored 2 good goals. And it was mistakes from us, really. We were really poor. But so yeah, that first half, I don't know what that was. And why does it have to take us to go behind for us to start playing? Second half, I was a bit surprised when he took Romero off. But maybe, I did hear he was ill or something, or maybe injured or something. Hopefully it's just an illness and not an injury, another injury. God sod that. But the second half, totally different side. I couldn't believe it. Now, and obviously I hear Man City fans complaining about the first goal, even though it was a brilliant ball over from Xavi Simons, and Solanke finished it off, whether it was an own goal or what. But Man City fans complaining about the nature of it, saying it was a foul. I don't think there was much in it, to be honest. Maybe I'm biased towards Tottenham, but I don't think. I think he puts his body in the way, and as he's about to shoot, and he might have caught him, but I don't think there's much in it, to be honest. And then Man City didn't do anything. That's the worst I've seen Man City in a long time as well. I thought we were much better, and we should have actually won the game. And Dominic Solanke with that goal, a second goal, excellent. Got to be one of the goals of the season. Brilliant. Now, before the game, I'd probably taken the point, actually. So I think a point is actually not a bad result. It keeps our record over Man City going, that they do struggle to beat us, which is annoying. So I'd rather have that record against Arsenal. But it just shows that it doesn't matter how bad we are and how well Man City are. They do struggle to play against us. We're a bit of their Bogie team. But that was I thought there was a few standouts. I thought Xavi Simons, that was probably his best Premier League game for us. He's had a few in the Champions League, which I thought he was excellent in. But in the Premier League, that's probably his best game for us. I thought he was excellent. He was brilliant cross for the first goal. And he was just driving forward. We almost scored, I think, before we even scored a second. And really got the crowd going. He was just excellent. In that number 10. Conor Gallagher, I thought he was excellent. And he obviously set up Solanke for the second goal. I was a big fan of him when he came in. A lot of Spurs fans weren't, but I think he showed why it was a good signing for us. But it seemed to be a bit like, well, no one's expecting us to get anything because of all the injuries we got. So we started putting we had nothing to lose, really. Who else? There's even got Archie Gray. I thought Archie Gray and Paulinho were fantastic. They're not even in their natural positions, and they were bossed it. I thought Haaland was shocking. Don't know what's happened to him. He just didn't look good at all. But I thought we were. It's annoying that it obviously probably gives Arsenal the title now, but I want Spurs to win. A couple of years ago, when Spurs played Man City, I must admit I wanted Man City to win, and they did. And eventually won the league, and I was happy about that. But it worked out for the best because Spurs finished 5th that season and we won the Europa League. If we finished 4th, we wouldn't have won the Europa League. So it did work out for well. This time, towards the end of the, we were only 8 points clear of the bottom 3. So obviously I wanted to win, and I thought it was a good point. Hopefully, we then play Man United on Saturday, and we put in a performance against them. Hopefully get a result, which will be a hard game, obviously the way they've been playing. But yeah, I thought we played really well. But yeah, so what do you think of the performance? Let me know in the comments, like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Come on, you Spurs.